London, 70. But while the city gossips about his size, one man's mind is consumed with something far darker. To surgeon John Hunter, this dying giant is not a person to be mourned. He is an anatomical pride. And when Charles Byrne finally takes his last breath, Hunter will stop at nothing to claim the body, even if it means betraying the dead. Charles Byrne was born in rural Ireland in 1761. His early years were unremarkable, until his body began to grow at an alarming pace. By his teens, he dwarfed everyone around him. Villagers stared, strangers whispered. In an age without medical explanations, many thought his size was a gift from God or a curse. But in truth, Byrne suffered from a rare pituitary tumor causing acromegaly, a condition that would make him a legend and seal his tragic fate. Byrne left Ireland for London in 1782, determined to turn his extraordinary size into a living. He became a sensation almost overnight. Crowds queued to see him. Newspapers called him the tallest man in the world. Gentle in nature, Byrne entertained the wealthy, attended social gatherings, and sat for portraits. But fame brought no comfort. His joints ached, his breathing labored, and the stares never stopped. In the shadows, he knew his life would be short, and he feared what might happen to him after it ended. John Hunter was London's most famous surgeon and anatomist, brilliant, pioneering, and utterly ruthless in his pursuit of knowledge. His home was filled with human skeletons, preserved organs, and rare specimens. To Hunter, the Irish giant was not just a man, he was the rarest human specimen alive. And in Hunter's mind, death would be the perfect opportunity to make this giant part of his collection. That thought became an obsession and a plan. Byrne's health spiraled. He began to drink heavily, numbing the constant pain. Friends later recalled that he spoke often of his fear of surgeons, particularly Hunter. To protect himself, Byrne made an unusual request. When he died, his body should be sealed in a lead coffin and buried at sea. No grave robbers, no anatomists, no John Hunter. It was a desperate attempt to control what little he could in a life that had never truly been his own. In June 1783, Byrne died in his London lodgings. His friends prepared for the sea burial he had begged for, but Hunter had been watching and waiting. Historical accounts suggest he bribed Byrne's acquaintances, paying them a small fortune to hand over the body. Some say a fake funeral took place, the coffin filled with stones, while the real prize, Byrne's corpse, was smuggled to Hunter's private laboratory in a large cask of rum. In the end, Byrne's last wish meant nothing. What happened next is almost too grotesque to imagine. Hunter ordered Byrne's enormous corpse placed in a large cauldron. Slowly, the flesh was boiled away, leaving behind a perfectly clean skeleton. The smell would have been overpowering, the process cold and clinical. For Hunter, this was not desecration, it was science. To the public, it would have been unthinkable. But Hunter wasn't done. He mounted the skeleton in his private collection, a trophy of his own cunning and ambition. In the years that followed, Hunter's collection grew, eventually forming the Hunterian Museum. Byrne's skeleton became one of its most famous exhibits, towering above visitors for over 2 centuries. Medical students studied it, scientists examined it, and countless ordinary people gawked at the mins of the man once known as the Irish giant. Byrne, who had feared becoming an object after death, had been turned into exactly that, an object of endless fascination. Did the benefits of scientific study outweigh the violation of his dying wish? In 2011, the museum decided to remove Byrne's skeleton from public display, though it remains in storage for research. The decision reignited a question that still lingers today. How far should science go, and at what cost to human dignity? The story of Charles Byrne and John Hunter is more than a bizarre historical footnote. It is a chilling reminder of the thin line between curiosity and cruelty. Hunter's work advanced medical understanding, but it also revealed a cold truth. In the wrong hands, science can strip a person of their humanity. Byrne wanted nothing more than to rest in peace, far from the grasp of surgeons. Instead, his body was stolen, boiled, and displayed for centuries. And so we are left with an unsettling question. When history remembers the Irish giant, is it remembering the man, or just the bone?